yesterday, we got the news that Stephen Jones was not going to be making his usual appearance on the KMC Masterpiece. And then we got word that Jerry was not going to be on with us. So, of course, that sets off some of the alarms. What's the deal? He talked to the media with Bobby Belt right there after the game in California. So why wouldn't he talk today? He did the same thing last year with this show, and he saved all of his anger and his frustration for the KMC Masterpiece going on Friday at 10:30, and also doing a surprise call-in when he was ticked off and called back into KNC. Is somebody getting fired? Are they interviewing people? Are they scrambling to try to stop Dan Quinn from potentially taking assistance? Dan Quinn is going to interview for a second time with the Arizona Cardinals today. He's also interviewed with the Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. What's going on? Why isn't Jerry on? Is he going on Friday? Why did Steven cancel? We do not have answers to those questions right now.
No, but typically in the past, when we look over the course of the times that he's canceled, there have been things going on around it. It's not usually just we're doing some stuff. You know, we're just disappearing. Last year, they were doing everything they could to keep Dan Quinn, and Jerry, when he weighed in with KNC, had said, you know, well, I was kind of cagey about coaching details and didn't want to go on and answer anything because I was doing everything I could to save him. So they were actively trying to do something. In 2021, when he canceled during the bye week, that was in the middle of Jane's report about the coaching staff. Players didn't think the coaches were very good. There was a lot of disarray. They were making considerations, I know, at that time about firing coaches at the bye week and didn't. So that's part of it. And then in 2018, he canceled at the bye week with you guys because they were trying to make the Amari Cooper trade and he didn't want to talk about it. So both of them canceling just kind of makes me feel like, okay, whether anything happens or not, they're evaluating something. They're evaluating somebody's future or getting contingencies in place for, hey, if we lose this coach, we need to have this ready. Something is being evaluated. Whether anything comes from that, we'll see. But
because a lot of contracts are up for assistants too, right?
A lot of them, yes. There's I believe, now their contracts are not public, but I believe the majority of the guys are out. The majority of the assistants under the coordinators.
All right. Is that normal for the contracts to be public?
Yeah. Now the standard in the NFL is 2 years. Like, assistant coaches generally are on 2-year deals. That's kind of normal. This group, I believe they were all put on 3 years because they had a year left last year.
So, not that Jerry or Steven care, but it's to me a bad look. It's kind of an example of the accountability problem around here. Your team loses, you keep winning, and you get a playoff win. You want to come on and celebrate, and then you lose, and you don't show up. So that's the criticism I would have for it.
Sure.
Other Tolos saying the Cabo trip can't interrupt that. Spring break, what are you talking about, Sharif? They were never going to show. They have nothing left to sell. It just kind of looks it looks weak. It looks like chicken ass, really. You don't want to come on and talk about your season ending. Jerry talked about it with the media, but that's just the way it looks to many people. That's the way it is.
Which I don't think he's ducking. Like, I don't think he doesn't want to answer for it. Yeah. I think that he doesn't want to give something away that they might be working on.
They're clearly working on something.
I've never known Jerry to be afraid of tough questions.
Never.
In fact, he invites them.
He invites them, and my reckless speculation, since that's what they have now invited by not showing up today and yesterday, my reckless speculation will be that maybe Kellen Moore's in trouble.
It's possible.
That's going to be my reckless guess, that Kellen Moore may get the axe or may get replaced. I don't know that whatsoever. That's my best guess.
My wonder is, like, he's up for the Carolina job. Is that the one?
Yep.
I don't, like, would they fire him and then him get the job, right? You know, like that, would firing him impact his ability to get another job?
Ask Cliff Kingsbury. He got fired at college, got a head coaching job.
Talk about reactionary. Man, if you've convinced yourself that he's the guy for the job, and then his offense gets shut down against the number one defense in the league, and that takes him off of your radar. I mean, that just shows the silliness of the
Carolina
NFL.
Panthers, right?
Well, it's but it's the NFL.
You're right. It is the
Byron
NFL.
Leftwich was the chosen one last year, and now he's about to be a quarterback coach.
Yeah, I mean, and
the cycles. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And it's funny. Like the people in Tampa say he had 14 bad game plans this year. They were like he was terrible this year. Okay, I mean, fine. Maybe he was. Maybe his quarterback was bad. Maybe that's what it was too. And that's probably what I can't. If I'm Carolina, I'm not going to blame Kellen. If Kellen was great against Tampa, would he just was bad against San Francisco?
Yeah, I think if Carolina likes Kellen, they like Kellen, and they're not going to be swayed by what the Cowboys think about Kellen.